going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, bringing you another Insight commentary. And today, I'm bringing you guys some Titanfall gameplay. That's right, Titanfall, where I am playing hardpoint domination on the map Outpost 207. And this has got to be one of my best gameplays to date, as I go 26-3 and just dominate the game. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay, and today I wanted to talk about some huge news that Microsoft dropped yesterday regarding the Xbox One dropping the Kinect and lowering the price to $399. We also got some games with gold updates that I'm very excited for. So if you guys haven't heard, live under a rock, and have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, Microsoft revealed yesterday that they are going to have an Xbox One bundle without the Kinect for a price of $399. This bundle will be available on June 9th. I think you can pre-order it right now. And they said that this is a result of user feedback. Then they also went on to say that the Kinect remains to be an important part of the Xbox One's future. And I think this is huge news. I didn't see this coming. This came from left field for me. I know a lot of people said they had to, and maybe you're right, but ever since E3 last year, we heard that the Xbox One will not be sold without the Kinect, and they literally drilled that into our heads, and I expected them to keep that promise. However, to start off, I completely understand why they're doing this. I think it's a great business decision, it's smart, and it's going to help them align the Xbox One next to the PlayStation 4 in terms of price. I think it's going to help them move units in catch ground on the PlayStation 4 in terms of overall console sales. So I get it. It's smart. And one of the things it's going to do is it's going to give gamers options. We as gamers, we like options. When the Xbox 360 was released, they had two different models, and they've kind of, well, for the most part, kept that tradition throughout the entire life of the Xbox One. And I think that's fantastic, and I think it worked well for them. You had the arcade version, which was a lower memory, cheaper version, and then you had the more premium model for more quote-unquote hardcore gamers. And like I said, I think that worked well. It was nice to have those options. A lower entry price point is always good when you introduce a brand new product. For people that might not be able to afford the more, to get in, but now they can get in, and that's one of the things that Microsoft said they want with this price drop on the Xbox One, is they want some of those people who can't afford that $500 price point to be able to get on board with the Xbox One and experienced next gen. And I think that's great. I think that's smart, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are excited about that, who are kind of on the fence about getting an Xbox One. Good for you. Now you can at a lower price point. One of the other things that I think is important to mention here, and it's a great takeaway from all this, is that this shows that Microsoft is listening. They're trying to listen to us gamers and really give us what we are asking for. For the longest time, a lot of people said, I don't want the Kinect, I think it's stupid, just $399, give me the Xbox. They delivered on that. They're now going to deliver on that. You are now going to get that. And sure, not all of the operating system updates that we want have been delivered, but it shows that they are trying to listen. They're trying to realign themselves to be something that we all want. And I think that's great. I always think having that reciprocating relationship where the big company is trying to listen to its consumers and give them what they would like. It's always a good thing. It's always a win. It's a win for us gamers. Having said all that, I'm a little upset about this. And the reason why might not be what you think. I'm not upset that, yes, I was an earlier adopter. As most of you probably know, I got the Titanfall Xbox One bundle for $499, and then a week later they dropped it $50 for $450, and luckily Best Buy was able to price match that, and I paid $450 for mine. But I'm not upset about the price, and I can understand if there are some of you out there that are upset about paying $500 for an Xbox One, and now they're giving tons of stuff away and they're lowering the price. So I can completely understand how you could be upset, or you might feel a little ripped off. What I am upset about is principle. It's principle. It's the fact that I feel like since E3 last year, they have backtracked 180, reversed every single policy. Maybe not every single one, but the majority of the policies that they came out swinging with last year. And I can understand that a lot of you a lot of people think that that's good. Their policies were stupid. And yeah, I'm not going to argue with it. They had some really stupid policies last year. But what I liked about it was they had a vision. They had a vision for the Xbox One, and it was an innovative vision. It was very innovative. And I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and he said it best. I'm going to quote him on kind of how I feel about this. So he goes on to say, I've said it time and time again. The original Xbox One, unaltered, unhinged, was an exciting venture. Microsoft really could have hit a home run if they had bothered to properly educate the public on the inner workings and true benefits of their initial vision. Instead, they themselves had no answers for all the questions and forced themselves into a corner, especially after Matrix's dumbass "go get a 360" comment. Not good when a company creates a question but has no clue how to answer it. And I think that says it perfectly. Because they did. They created a lot of questions because a lot of us gamers weren't really ready for that all-digital future. They couldn't answer it. But the thing about it was their original vision was aligned with where gaming's going. I don't think there's any argument out there that gaming isn't going all digital. PC's practically already there. I think if you ask the majority of PC gamers, they download all their games. They play and live in a digital marketplace. And consoles are going there. And the original Xbox One vision was aligned to be ready for that. Now, sure, not all their policies were created the best way, and it certainly was delivered in the poorest way possible. But some of the core things that they had, I liked and was excited for. And one of the things that stood out to me that I do think we'll see in the near future was a digital marketplace to where you can share, trade, sell your digital games that you don't want anymore. I think once they get that, people will be more excited about digital, and I think it'll give them a step up on the competition if they're able to deliver on that. But two things about all of that really troubles me when we talk about principle. First is, I feel like the Microsoft has a lack of vision for the Xbox One because they dug themselves a holes at E3 last year, and they've just been backtracking ever since. And they've gone away from that original vision of the Xbox One that they told us. Hey, they go back and forth on what the Xbox One is. First off, they say, oh, it's an all-in-one entertainment system. Well, you kind of have to have the Kinect to make that possible, right? Now they say, oh, it's the best gaming machine out there. We got the best games. Well, what is it? I know you're trying to be both, but I have no idea what your vision for the Xbox One is and where you're going. And that's important to me as a consumer. Also, in terms of lack of vision, because we've backtracked so many times and changed so many of your policies, I feel like there's a lack of commitment from Microsoft and a commitment to the consumer in terms of saying something, keeping your word on it. Sure, maybe not everything they said is something that we wanted, but when you say something, I expect to keep you to keep your word. And what makes me think now that you're going to deliver promises when you say, oh, we're going to fix the party chat system, or we're going to make it easier for gamers to do the things that they want in the operating system? What makes me believe you now? The fact that you've gone back on just about everything you said. You don't really have a lot to go on. Where I think if you look at the PlayStation, they've delivered on the things that they promised. They talked about removing HDCP. Sure, it wasn't in the most timely, efficient manner, but look, we finally have it. They removed HDCP. They kept their word. You look at, they said you'll be able to use all of your older headsets on the PlayStation 4. They delivered on that and they kept their promise. So that's important to me as a consumer, and I don't feel that right now with the Xbox One. Hopefully they can change my mind. E3 is coming up in a month, and I know they plan to talk a lot about games, so hopefully they can deliver a more clear picture of their vision and stay true to their word. Now, we also got some information on games with gold, and I think this is really cool because finally we're going to see games with gold coming to the Xbox One next month in June. That's huge. And I think the big caveat to it is that they've realigned themselves with PlayStation Plus in terms that any game you download on the Xbox One you'll have subscription-based access to it. So what that means is you have to have the Xbox Live Gold to play those free downloadable Xbox One games. Xbox 360 remains the same as it is today. You're basically going to get a free game. You can keep it. And Dark Souls is coming out on Xbox 360 next month. I'm super excited about that because I've been really wanting to try that game. And I like what they're doing with Games of Gold. It's nice to finally see Games of Gold on the Xbox One, because let's be honest, PlayStation Plus has been killing it on the PlayStation 4. I think I've gotten, what is it, 6 games now? Great quality games for the most part on the PlayStation 4, and that's something the Xbox One was lacking. So I'm excited to finally see that. The 2 games that they're starting with is Halo Spartan Assault and Max the Curse of the Brotherhood. Not 2 huge titles, but I think if you deliver more indie titles and eventually, you know, some of your exclusive, heck, Forza 5, because you have so many microtransactions, you'll still continue to make money on it if you give it free. So I anticipate some great things with Games with Gold, and I'm looking forward to what they'll be able to deliver to me as a consumer with Games with Gold. I think it's cool. It's cool to be able to get free games on a subscription-based service. So there you guys have it. That's what I think about this huge Xbox One news. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed the video and the gameplay, let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. And if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I got great things coming your way. Until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online. Hey guys, don't forget about Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and hit that button down below.